Life can only be understood backwards, but it must be lived forwards. The function of prayer is not to influence God, but rather to change the nature of the one who prays. Our life always expresses the result of our dominant thoughts. People demand freedom of speech as a compensation for the freedom of thought, which they seldom use. Anxiety is the dizziness of freedom. Life is not a problem to be solved, but a reality to be experienced. Don't forget to love yourself. There are two ways to be fooled. One is to believe what isn't true, the other is to refuse to believe what is true. The most common form of despair is not being who you are. What labels me negates me. The most painful state of being is remembering the future, particularly the one you'll never have. To dare is to lose one's footing momentarily. Not to dare is to lose oneself. The tyrant dies and his rule is over, the martyr dies and his rule begins. Face the facts of being what you are, for that is what changes what you are. To cheat oneself out of love is the most terrible deception. It is an eternal loss for which there is no reparation, either in time or in eternity. If anyone on the verge of action should judge himself according to the outcome, he would never begin. The highest and most beautiful things in life are not to be heard about, nor read about, nor seen, but, if one will, are to be lived. It is better to try something and fail than to try nothing and succeed. The result may be the same, but you won't be. We always grow more through defeats than victories. People settle for a level of despair they can tolerate and call it happiness. If I could prescribe only one remedy for all the ills of the modern world, I would prescribe silence. Take a chance and you may lose. Take not a chance, and you have lost already. Hope is passion for what is possible. Geniuses are like thunderstorms. They go against the wind, terrify people, clear the air. The minority is always stronger than the majority, because the minority is generally formed by those who really have an opinion. Wherever there is a crowd, there is untruth. The function of prayer is not to influence God, but rather to change the nature of the one who prays. The unhappy person is never present to themselves, because they always live in the past or the future. Do it or don't do it, you will regret both. The question is not to be or not to be, it is what we should be until we are not. I'm so misunderstood that people misunderstand me even when I tell them I'm misunderstood. Most men pursue pleasure with such breathless haste that they hurry past it. Trouble is the common denominator of the living, it is the great equalizer. There is nothing with which every man is so afraid as getting to know how enormously much he is capable of doing and becoming. If anyone on the verge of actions should judge himself according to the outcome, he would never begin. It belongs to the imperfection of everything human that man can only attain his desire by passing through its opposite. Life has its own hidden forces which you can only discover by living. It is essential in relationships and all tasks that we concentrate only on what is most significant and important. Boredom is the root of all evil, the despairing refusal to be oneself. To dare is to lose one's footing momentarily, not to dare is to lose oneself. During the first period of a man's life, the greatest danger is not to take the risk. Face the facts of being what you are, for that is what changes what you are. Personality is only ripe when a man has made the truth his own. Far from idleness being the root of all evil, it is rather the only true good. Love is all, it gives all, and it takes all. Unhappiness is not to love without being loved, but to be loved when one does not love. Love does not alter the beloved, it alters itself. Take away paradox from the thinker, and you have a professor. If a person does not become what he understands, then he does not understand it either.